Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azri bin Ayub and my partner is Muhammad Nur HAFIZZY bin Muhammad IDRIS. Today we are going to explain of analyze of raw TCP IP packet using Wireshark. So for the introduction, TCP, which is Internet Protocol or Transmission Control Protocol, is collection of structured rules that allow computers to communicate over the network, just like the internet. And individual computers can do an array of jobs of its own. But when they communicate with each other, the real power of computer shine. Many of the things that we think about doing computers, whether it's sending emails, or messages, watching Netflix, by or getting direction, include interacting with computers. Any given interaction can be between two computer system or hundred of system may be involved, just like moving letter or a package from hand to hand. Each exchange takes place at a time with only two computers, one and one. That the two computers need to know that they expected communicate for this to happen. Okay, for the next is I will tell the using what we are users of operation system. So the first is Kali Linux. Kali Linux is a Linux distribution based on Debian, which is aimed at advanced penetration testing, resources aimed at different tasks of information security such as penetration testing, computers forensic and reverse engineering. Kali Linux is developed, supported and managed by the leading information security training company. And the next one is Windows is one of what we are using right now, which is easier to use for people. Just like MacBook, which is MacBook is use Catalina operation system. And next software, we are using web server and Wireshark. For the web server, there's several of section of a web server which control how web server access the hosted file, which from the web server to the browsers and from the browsers to the web server, which at least use one HTTP server, which is this of files. And HTTP server is a piece of software which included URL, which is a web address, just like google.com, netflix.com, and HTTP, which is the protocol used by the browser to view web pages. It can be accessed through the domain names of the website it stores, like mozilla.org, just like I said before, netflix.com, facebook.com, whatsapp.web, and delivers their content to the device of the end users. Alright. For this experiment, we are using web server from Kali Linux operation system and read it by the Wireshark at Windows operation system. I will explain a little bit about Wireshark. Wireshark is an analyzer of the network packets, which can find the for the simple, we can find the header of the TCP and the UDP, which is our scope for this experiment. Okay, next is TCP and UDP. For the left, okay, for the left hand side is TCP header, and the right hand side is UDP header format. For the TCP header is one of the internet protocols, its principal protocols, and it's emerged from the initial network deployment, under which the internet protocol, which is IP, was augmented. And for the UDP, for the right hand side, computer programs are able to transmit message to other hosts on the other on internet protocol, which is IP network. So next, I will explain about differences and similarities of TCP and UDP. For the first one, which is the connection, TCP is connection oriented, and for the UDP is connectionless. I will explain a little bit. For the UDP is a protocol without link until the data can be sent, and for the TCP it creates a link between sender and the recipient, which is receiver, by I think no link is formed by UDP before data is sent. And next is usage. For the TCP, of course, high reliability, critical less transmission time, and for the UDP is fast, efficient transmission, small queries, huge number of clients. And next, for the ordering of data packets, the TCP are rearranged packets in order, and for the UDP in no inherent order. For the reliability, TCP of course yes, and UDP no. And for the stream of data, TCP can read as a byte stream, and for the UDP, send and read individually. And next, for the error checking, TCP can error checking and recovery itself, and for the UDP, simply error checking and no error recovery. And last but not least, acknowledgement. For the TCP acknowledgement segment and UDP, no acknowledgement. So for the experiment, I will show you this video.
Okay, so now I want to tell you about how to create a web server using Linux, and how to capture TCP packet and UDP packet using a Wireshark. So now I want to show you how to create a web server in Linux. We will start by creating a new file in the HTML dictionary. First, we use the command sudo touch, then we use command sudo nano. So we put the code in it. There should be a head, a title, a body, and a form for creating a form HTML for this web server. After we finish that, then we should be start by creating a new file named form submit php for a php file, php web server. So the command is sudo touch, then a sudo nano for entering the code. So we will put the code that include a host, database name, username, password, and connection. Will be then it have to echo for the connection error. If there are connection, we will resume. It will resume to show to store the database, to store the submit form into a database. Database will store the name, email, message in the database from the submit form. So if the form is submit properly, then it will show. We will get back to you shortly. If there are error, then it will show that a very detailed error. After we finish creating the file, so it should be the form should be formed like this. Then we put a name, an email, and some messages to test the web server, then submit. So there are this is some problem that occur when during using a VMware. There are connection error from my SQL. So this kind of problem that I actually cannot fit it for now. That I should be able after this, after I've studied, to create this. Now we want to capture a TCP packet using a Wireshark in Windows to capture a TCP packet from a web server that we have been created in Kali Linux. So I already put some uh, IP in Google Chrome, and I start and stop the Wireshark to capture the packet from Kali Linux web server. So now we apply the display filter. So I apply it to see TCP TCP packet that we have been captured. So as you can see, there are so many packets that we have been captured from the web server that we have been created. So now we find the IP that is 192.168.43 and 250. As you can see, there are kind four kind of packet that we have been captured. First is seen, then seen and acknowledge. After that it acknowledge, and then it finish acknowledge. So this packet going back and forth from client to server. So as we can see, this is a request from client to a server. After that, we'll go to start to send and acknowledge in the server. Then server will acknowledge it in this packet, and after it has been acknowledged, then in this packet it will finish and it will acknowledge and finish the three-way handshake. As you can see, they are different between these four packet. Uh, they are different in IP segment and TCP segment. The first packet IP segment. So the first packet of IP segment, it should be like this: 450034516E4008060 D0FD C0A8 2B0D C0A8 2B and FA. The first two digit is for version and hash length. The second two digit is for the type of service. Then this 4 is for total length. This 4 is for identification. Then this 4 is for flag and fragment offset. Then the 80 is for time to live. Then there are protocol that is 06. Then there are header checksum D0 FD, and this 4 digit, this 8 digit is for source address, and this 4 digit is for destination address. This IP segment will be changed back to back because the destination and the source address are different because of the three-way handshake. As per a TCP segment, we can see in this highlight number. So the first two digit of the highlight is for the source port. Then the second 4 digit are for the destination port, and these 8 digit are for sequence number, and these 4 digits are for acknowledgement number. This 8 and 0 and 02 are for data offset and the flag. These 4 number will be convert into binary. Then FA and F0 are the checksum, and 9F and FD are for the urgent pointer, and the rest of the number is for option in the TCP segment. We can see the difference between these 4 packet in IP segment and TCP segment. This is because the three-way handshake that's available in TCP protocol. For the UDP packet, first I do a IP config renew. Then after that I do a IP config flash DNS to flash the DNS. Then after that I put a command ns lookup. Then I put a IP here. So after that we open our Wireshark. Then we put a filter for UDP port 53. As you can see, we have been after apply a filter for UDP port 53, we get this kind of packet. The first packet is DHCP. So the first DHCP is requesting, and then the third one is acknowledge, and then we get a DNS response for 8 IP 888 and 8 for DNS Google. So in this DHCP request, the IP of client is this 45.0.0.0.1.4a 3D 11.0.0.0.0.80 and 11. And for the acknowledge is 40.0.0.45.0.0.0.1.5e 01.01.00.40.11 A7 to F C0A8 to B01 and C0A8 to B0D. As you can see, for a repeat segment, these are the number. Yes, these are the number here that has been highlighted. So 040043 is for a source port, 0044 is for the destination port, 01 and 4A is for UDP length, and the last one 7B 9A is for checksum. These are for the DHP acknowledge, and for the DNS there should be a different. So the source port will be 0035, the destination port should be FE5D, and then this is the length 0046, and this are the checksum D3BB. So we should be able to capture UDP and TCP by using this Wireshark, and then we should be able to read the data, read the packet data as it is.
Thank you for lend the ears for listening our explanation about analysis of RAW TCP IP packet. So thank you, sir. Thank you for teach us in TCP IP whenever we are from semester 6 or semester 7. And of course, I will I will doa for you, for your health, for your teaching students, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.